Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. Do you ever feel a little bit baffled by retinols and working out which is a high strength retinol, which is a medium strength retinol, and which is the ones that are going to work for your skin type and needs? We get bamboozled with different terminology, from the retinols to the retinals to the retinol palmitates to different esters. Some of them have brand names. It's all just totally confusing for the consumer. And so I thought I'd sit down and share with you a little bit more of a simplistic approach where you're just going to badge them as low, medium, and high strength. I'm going to talk about which products and which favourite products of mine fit into each of those categories and which category is right for each different type of skin. So if you want to learn a little bit more about retinol, how it works, and more importantly, which are the right products for your skin type, keep on watching. Retinol is one of my most favourite active ingredients in skincare, but it's also one of the most powerful ones. It's one of the few ingredients you'll find in your skincare regime which will reverse the signs of aging. We're not talking about stopping aging in its tracks, we're talking about reversing accumulated age damage. It's also great as a preventative measure as well to stop the emergence of the first fine lines and wrinkles, and it works in a multitude of ways. First of all, it increases cellular turnover. The rate at which our cells renew and turn over slows as we get older, and retinol will help keep up that pace. This will act as an exfoliator to reveal the gorgeous glowing skin beneath the dead skin cell layer that we tend to wear day in, day out, so you'll get more vibrancy and radiant skin. It also helps to stimulate the production of collagen. We've talked about collagen on the channel before, and that's great for making sure that the skin retains that firmness, that elasticity, snapback. We lose collagen as we age, so again, it's great at just maintaining those collagen levels and making sure that we don't see that loss of firmness and elasticity. I love retinol. I've been using it for so long, but because of its high strength, it's super important to make sure you match your retinol and the one you want to use in your routine to your skin's needs and your skin type. This is kind of what we're going to come on to in this video. I already covered in a recent video the retinol basics, the things that you need to think about before you introduce retinol. I'm going to leave a link to that video up there, so check that out before you apply any retinol to your face to kind of get the best hints, tips and hacks. But in this video, we're going to focus down on the products themselves. I've got a load to cover, so I'm going to cut the waffle and jump straight on into it and talk about low strength retinols. Low strength retinols and vitamin A derivatives are great for people that have sensitive skin, are prone to sensitivity, redness and irritation, and also great for beginners. In terms of the products that are out there, most of the main big brand retinols and vitamin A derivatives fall in the low strength category, and I actually think a lot of them don't add a whole lot of value to your skincare routine. You'll find the retinol right down on the bottom of the ingredients list, and they're not going to add a whole lot of value straight off into your skincare routine. So I would actually recommend you reach for a bakuchiol. If you're looking for a low strength starter vitamin A derivative or retinol, reach for a bakuchiol. Bakuchiol is a plant-based alternative to retinol, which under scientific studies has shown when you use it twice a day delivers very similar outcomes in terms of the anti-aging, the collagen boosting benefits that you get from a retinol or traditional vitamin A derivative, but with far fewer side effects. Bakuchiol is a whole different ingredient in itself, which I covered in a video, and I'm going to leave a link to it up there. You're going to want to check that out because actually bakuchiol could be a great place to start if you're a little bit intimidated by retinols, you've heard some of the scare stories, and maybe you think, actually, I want to take it super slow. I probably think bakuchiol, and this is just my opinion, is better than some of the kind of pointless low-strength retinols that you might be paying a high price for, but are delivering very little benefit. So definitely check that video out. So let's come on to the mid-strength retinols and vitamin A derivatives. These are applicable for almost all skin types, bar those that have very sensitive, reactive skin. I think it's perfectly fine for most people to start their retinol journey with a mid-strength product, but to make sure they use it infrequently at first. This means maybe use it once or twice a week, allow that to take place for like a month, and then build up to maybe 3 times a week, then 4 times a week, and building up gradually until you're using it every single day. If at any point your skin seems super dry or it's screaming for a break, take that break, or maybe just dial it back a little bit and listen to what your skin's doing to maximize the benefit with minimum irritation. I think mid-strength retinols can add so much benefit for your skin. You'll get some great results after that 3 or 4 month period, and a lot of people actually choose to stick at this strength rather than graduating to some of the higher strength options that I'll come on to later in the video. My absolute favourite product in this category is the Inky List Retinol. People that have watched this channel before know I fangirl hard about this product. Whilst we're talking about things being in a low, medium or high category, of course this is a bit of a spectrum, and I would say that this product is on the lower strength end of the medium category, making it absolutely perfect for people who are new to retinol and vitamin A derivatives, looking to incorporate one in their skincare routine, but want to minimise any side effects and irritation. Because it's a gram active retinoid, it will minimise the amount amount of dryness and sensitivity you get from this product, but you will still get absolutely great results. I started my retinol journey on this product and I saw some fantastic results after, again, that 3 or 4 month period. It'll help with the initial first signs of fine lines and wrinkles, which we all love, give a more even skin tone, and it comes in a really nice creamy consistency that won't clog the pores but won't leave you feeling super stripped and dried. I really like this product, and this is the one I'd recommend for anyone looking to start their journey. If you don't fancy the Incalist and you want to go for something a little bit different, then the Indeed Labs Retinol Reface is a very similar formulation. It offers that gram-active retinoid, which I think is really good, again for beginners, and it's on the lower strength of this medium category. This works so well, and it will work in conjunction with most of the other products in your skincare routine to give really great anti-aging benefits, but also not leave you so irritated or dry. Both of these, the Incalist and the Indeed Labs, I say are very similar, and it's personal preference which you want to reach for. They're both reasonably priced as well, and I'll leave links to these alongside all the other products that I mentioned in today's video below if you want to check them out in more detail, read some of the reviews, the ingredients, or make a purchase. Whilst those two products I just mentioned, I said were on the lower end of the medium strength category, I want to come on to some recommendations that are true mid-strength retinol and vitamin A derivative products. These are the ones which will give really great results, but you might see some side effects, some low-level irritation when you first incorporate them into your routine. I'm going to start out by shouting out Geek and Gorgeous, a brand I absolutely love. A true cruelty-free brand, as are all of the recommendations I'm making today, and they offer really great products, great formulations at drugstore prices. They're much more accessible here in Europe than they are worldwide, though they will ship internationally. You just have to look at those shipping fees and make sure it still plays into your own budget. Their A-game Retinol 5 is so good. This is where I say it can get a little bit confusing when you're looking retinol versus retinal versus some esters, and so this is where I hope that my system of low, medium and high strength will just make it a little bit more simplified for you guys to know which fit into which category. The A-game 5 is firmly in the mid-strength category, and when I tried this product, I think this is the first one that taught me you don't need to go for a super strength vitamin A derivative to get great results. I applied this product, and after a period of about 3 or 4 months, I saw some really great results, but I didn't have that intense irritation, peeling, and all the retinol uglies that you can start with if you go for a super high strength option. This is in a really creamy base and formulation, so I find it works really well for people with dry skin that are looking for a mid-strength vitamin A derivative, because again, that creaminess will offset some of the dryness that you could get. It's a fair price point, it's a great formulation, and I think it works for just about everybody, bar those with super sensitive skin. If you don't want to reach for Geek and Gorgeous, then you could look to the good old favourite, The Ordinary. Most of their vitamin A derivative products fit in this category, the mid-strength category. There's one exception, which is their 5% in squalene, which I will be talking about in the high-strength category. With the exception of that, all the others will be classed as mid-strength products. I love their gram-active and retinoid emulsion 2%. This is great for people with acne-prone skin, breakout-prone skin that doesn't want anything that's going to clog or increase any oiliness. If you have dry skin, then I go for some of the ones in squalane, which are going to again offset some of the dryness that you can get from a vitamin A derivative. I covered all of the Ordinary retinols in a video I did recently, which I'll leave a link to up there if you want to explore them in more detail and work out which is the right formulation for your skin type. But all of them, bar that one that I called out, will fit into this mid-strength category. You guys know I adore Face Theory. They're one of my absolute favourite brands that I'm fangirling hard over at the moment, and they do a couple of strengths of retinols. This is where I said it can get a little bit confusing because a lot of the time they use retinol esters, which again, the strengths don't always directly correlate. They badge themselves as a 3%, which a lot of people say, oh, a 3% retinol, that's really high. Again, it's not, because of the formulation and the type of vitamin A derivative used, it equates to about a 0.3% concentration. This is why it's firmly in the mid-strength category, and both of their vitamin A derivative options would be in this category and are great for people that have oily or blemish-prone skin. I've used them because they have some other great actives mixed in them. They're a great multi-action and multi-purpose formulations that mean you don't have to have loads of different steps in your skincare routine. I'll link them below if you do want to check them out in a bit more detail, like I said I would with all of these products, because it's worth working out whether you do want to combine your vitamin C, in the case of these, with your retinols, just to, double down on it and not have to have too many separate steps. I love Face Theory and I love their retinol products. They're great if you're looking for a mid-strength product. Finally, I'm going to call out Paula's Choice. Now, it's rare I mention Paula's Choice on this channel because I just think they're really overpriced for what they deliver. But they do have some ding, 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 holy grail products. And I'd say that their Retinol and Bakuchiol blend is a great product, again, if you're looking in that mid-strength category. This combines a 0.3% retinol, which again, we discussed with the Face Theory one. That is roughly translates to a mid-strength product. But it also teams it with Bakuchiol, which I mentioned if you were looking for a low-strength option, to just dial up the impact you're going to get without increasing the risk of sensitivity and irritation. You have to push the boat out a little bit to this product because price-wise, it is the most expensive of the ones I've recommended. But this will deliver a great mid-strength vitamin A derivative with a little boost of performance from that Bakuchiol. So I'd say, whilst we were talking about the Incilist being on the lower end of the medium, I'd say this is on the higher end of the medium. So you can kind of see that spectrum. I do like Paula's Choice in terms of them being fully cruelty-free, and some of their formulations are really good. And if you like the brand and want to splurge on your vitamin A derivative, I think this would be a great product to reach for. So we've covered the low strength, we've done the medium strength. What happens if you want to go for a high strength, high performance option? I did say before, I don't think everyone has to automatically graduate to a high strength vitamin A derivative. A lot of people do stay in this mid strength category because they find it works for their skin. They don't want the increased irritation. If you do choose to graduate up to a high strength product, you could start to see some of that sensitivity and irritation you first got when you introduced whatever product you were using before reappear. That's natural. It's just your body adjusting to a higher concentration, and you'll just have to work through that and make sure you're doing some of the things to offset that potential dryness that you might get. A lot of people like myself who have very robust skin, no sensitivity, and have either acne or acne scarring or a real loss of firmness and elasticity will want to go for that higher strength just to get the maximum performance. And there's a couple of options I'm going to call out for you if you're looking for an over-the-counter product. The first one I'm going to call out is this. This is Differin Gel. Now, the reason this is probably the highest of the highest strengths that I'm going to call out because it is available over the counter in most territories, though in some countries, including here in the UK, it is prescription only. Obviously, going for a prescription only product is going to give you the maximum strength, but I'm excluding them from this video because they're not accessible to everybody, and we're talking over the counter products. I make an exception for this because it's over the counter in most locations, though you do need to check wherever you are based. In the US, again, over the counter in its traditional trademark Differin formulation, and works great. I'd say this, which is adapalene, which is a form of vitamin A derivative, is great for people that have oily, acne-prone skin because it's in scientific studies, it's shown to be the best for tackling breakouts and acne and helping with any of the scarring, the redness, and the hyperpigmentation that can come from that. I love this. As you can see, I've cut the top off to get the very last drop of it out. This is the one that I currently alternate with some other high strength options that I'm going to talk you through, and I've seen some fantastic results from this for acne prone skin. It does work again on drier skin types, but because it is slightly more drying than your traditional vitamin A derivative, I'd be very careful with this one if you have dry skin already, because it could just exacerbate that. If you do have dry skin but want to go for a high strength option, I'd go for this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous A-Game 10. This is the sister product to the A-Game 5, which was in the mid-strength category. This is double the strength of that product and therefore going to give you that high strength over-the-counter option. I love this product for the same reasons I love the 5 in the mid-strength category. It's hydrating and it's in a really nice creamy formulation. I will call out that it goes on yellow, as do a lot of vitamin A derivatives, and so make sure you give it 5 minutes to sink in before you put your head on your pillow in the evening, because it will transfer onto your pillow if you have white sheets like me. So I'll call that out, but this such a good product. Before we saw a lot of these products emerge onto the market, a lot of people went for the Paula's Choice Clinical 1% Retinol. This was the go-to for those that wanted the maximum strength, super high strength, closest thing you could get to prescription only formulation, but available over the counter. I used this for years and years and years to get my high strength hit, and the reason I moved away from it is just that price point. It comes with that Paula's Choice high price point, and I found some other alternatives which were cheaper and just worked really well for me. However, this is really beautifully formulated, which is why I'm happy to call it out in this category. It doesn't leave you super dry like a lot of high strength retinols will, and so I think it's great again for people with drier skin types that still want the maximum performance from their vitamin A derivative. I really like this. It's got some other added calming ingredients in there, so it's not going to lead to as intense irritation as some of the other options, but I do just call out that price point because again, you've got to make sure that it works for your budget, whatever you're looking to spend on skincare. Finally, I'm going to call out the Ordinary 5% in squalene. This is the one of the Ordinary retinoids collection, which I would say fits into this higher strength category. This is definitely not a product I would use if you're having breakouts or acne prone skin, because that oil is just way too occlusive and I find it really difficult to work into the skin. If you have drier skin, again, this could be a really great option for you. And what I do is I mix it in with your moisturizer and then apply it. Just helps it absorb that a little bit better. Again, gives some extra hydration and minimizes any irritation when you're first introducing the product. So there you have it, guys, like a brief rundown of which products fit into each category. This obviously isn't an exhaustive list of all the products that are out there on the market. It would be like a 2-hour long video if I was to do that. But hopefully this has taken some of the mystery out of which are the best retinols for each of the brackets you're looking to fit into. If you're looking for a low strength, you've got options. Medium strength, which is where I think most people will gravitate towards. There's some great options for each price point. And of course, those that are looking for maximum performance and to push it a little bit, you've got some higher strength options. Let me know your thoughts and feelings below, and any products that I've missed out. If you're looking at a product and want me to work out for you which category it would fit into, leave it in the comments below and I'll happily respond and let you know whether I think it's low, medium or high strength. Hopefully this has taken some of the mystery out of your vitamin A derivatives, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.